The denial of Prince Harry's royal title during a U.S. immigration hearing marks a striking moment in his ongoing adaptation to American life, shedding light on the complicated intersection of personal revelations and legal consequences. This decision comes after the Heritage Foundation, a prominent U.S. think tank known for its conservative views, called for transparency regarding Harry's visa status. The group's request hinges on the explosive content of Harry's memoir, Spare, in which he candidly recounted past drug use involving substances like cocaine, marijuana, and psychedelic mushrooms. Such admissions, while making waves globally due to Harry's stature, also hold significant implications for U.S. immigration law. U.S. immigration policies are often unforgiving when it comes to applicants with documented histories of drug use. Federal laws mandate strict assessments, and visas can be denied based on admissions of illicit substance use. The Heritage Foundation argues that Harry's case deserves a thorough public examination to ensure that legal standards are applied uniformly, regardless of a person's fame or connections. This assertion has struck a chord, fueling public debates over whether privilege plays a role in bypassing or bending regulations that would otherwise affect ordinary citizens harshly. The ramifications of Harry's memoir, which sold millions and revealed deeply personal aspects of his life, have now moved beyond the sphere of public curiosity and into serious legal scrutiny. The details of Harry's recreational drug use, painted as part of his journey of self-discovery and emotional healing, could place him at odds with a legal system that may interpret such revelations less forgivingly than the memoir's readers did. The fact that a judge chose to deny the use of his royal title in this context underscores a clear message. In the eyes of U.S. law, even a prince can be stripped of symbolic status when under legal examination. This development is layered with complexities of identity, privilege, and fairness. It has sparked debates reminiscent of earlier moments when Harry and Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, have been seen navigating their post-royal lives with both ambition and public scrutiny. Since their move to the U.S. in 2020, the couple has oscillated between seeking privacy and leveraging their royal background for various projects. This duality feeds into the broader cultural and societal conversations about privilege, whether being born into royalty should continue to grant exemptions in matters typically ruled by strict legal codes. Public reactions to the news have been polarized, mirroring the divisive opinions that Harry and Meghan often provoke. On one side, advocates for strict immigration policies argue that allowing Harry to bypass normal legal procedures would set a dangerous precedent, reinforcing the notion that wealth and fame can influence justice. On the other, supporters argue that Harry's honesty about his struggles, including trauma and substance use, should be seen as part of a broader narrative of recovery and personal growth. This perspective often positions Harry as a relatable figure attempting to live authentically, away from the constraints of royal expectations. The broader media framing has also intensified the discussion. Coverage has often highlighted the perceived disparity between Harry's royal image and the realities of U.S. immigration law. In dissecting this disparity, outlets have contributed to a discourse that questions the fairness of legal systems and how they treat people based on social standing. Such stories resonate deeply in a world increasingly aware of systemic inequalities, where public figures are often viewed through a lens of both fascination and skepticism. Adding to the emotional weight of this situation are the implications for Harry and Meghan's ongoing efforts to redefine themselves in the public eye. Since stepping back from royal duties, they have faced a storm of media attention, swinging between sympathetic portrayals of their quest for independence and harsher depictions of their attempts to retain relevance. Harry's move to the U.S. was initially perceived as a fresh chapter, a break from a life overshadowed by royal protocol and the pressures that come with it. Yet, this latest issue reflects how difficult it is to entirely separate from the legacy and privileges that come with being a member of the British royal family. The legal saga also underscores the idea of accountability. Whether the son of King Charles III, who once held military titles and was deeply embedded in the royal structure, should be held to the same standards as a typical applicant. Prince Harry's public image as the rebel prince who broke away from royal traditions contrasts sharply with the expectations of legal uniformity in the U.S., sparking discussions about how individuals' pasts are scrutinized and what level of transparency public figures owe to the people. For Meghan Markle, a former actress who has faced her share of challenges adapting to her new identity in the U.S., this new hurdle adds yet another layer to their already complex narrative. The couple's transition to a life away from the palace walls was supposed to be marked by a newfound sense of freedom. However, moments like this reveal that escaping scrutiny is nearly impossible, especially when actions intersect with topics of privilege and the legal obligations faced by millions of immigrants each year. Beyond the immediate circumstances, this story holds up a mirror to broader societal values. It raises poignant questions about whether celebrity and status should influence how laws are enforced and whether past admissions, even those framed as vulnerable and redemptive, can and should carry real-world consequences. It also speaks to the often complicated relationship between public figures and the systems they navigate, whether those systems are legal, media-driven, or societal. Prince Harry's story serves as a reminder of how, in an age where narratives are dissected and spread within minutes, the echoes of one's past can resurface in unexpected and consequential ways. The case also highlights the contrasts in how individuals of status attempt to redefine themselves in the face of their pasts. As the world watches Harry's legal battles, the underlying question remains: can his candid memoir, meant to humanize and perhaps redeem him in the public eye, come back to undermine him legally? This reflects a broader issue faced by many seeking to balance personal growth and public responsibility. In Prince Harry's case, the stakes are particularly high, touching on both his and Meghan's future endeavors and their efforts to remain relevant and respected while transitioning away from their royal heritage.